Flow, the optimal state of your mind between boredom and anxiety. Flow is where you perform the best and feel the best. Like many of you, I've got into flow state a number of times in my life, but they were all just accidents. So the question is, can I hack my way into flow? Can I get into flow whenever and wherever I want? After some research, I was able to accumulate and understand the principles to get into flow, and then develop a routine for myself to get into flow. The principles are the combined knowledge from two books, Atomichabits by Jamesclear and The Rise of Superman by Stephen Kotler. I created my routine for myself by listening to three people: a Japanese inventor who holds more than 3,500 patents, a neuroscientist from Stanford, and a Navy SEAL. Today, I want to share with you the principle of how to get into flow. And furthermore, I want to share with you my routine so you can use it as a reference to create your own routine. First, let's talk about why do you need a routine to get into flow. The answer is simple. A routine is just a way for you to communicate to yourself that you're about to have a long working session. The first step is to create a good working environment for yourself. This is recommended by Jamesclear in the book Atomichabits. He said that motivation is overrated. Environment is often matters more. Design your environment to have visual cues to trigger healthy habits and to avoid any negative temptations. If you are a beginner like I am, you should start with avoiding and removing any negative temptations. Like put your phone and laptop on airplane mode, have a glass of water right beside you, and have something to block the surrounding noise. One of the purposes of setting up your environment is to prevent any flow interrupter in your near future. For example, if you're in the flow and all of a sudden you feel thirsty, you don't want to break your flow by standing up and get a glass of water. You want to have that glass of water available to you right beside you. After you've set up your environment, the next 4 steps can be found in the book The Rise of Superman by Stephen Kotler. The 4 steps to flow cycle including struggle, release, flow, and recovery. First, struggle. Overloading the brain leads to chemical changes in your body and how you handle negative feelings. And at the beginning, I didn't understand what that means or how to do it. And then I watched this video about Dr. Nakamatsu. If you don't know, he's a Japanese inventor who has 3,500 patents, 3 times more than Thomas Edison's. Basically, he makes his brain struggle by depriving it of oxygen. He pushed himself to 0.05 seconds before death. And some of you may say that I don't have a swimming pool. How do I make my brain struggle? And I agree with you. You don't need a swimming pool and you don't have to push yourself to that extreme in order to create struggle. First, I do a fast breathing exercise. After that, I hold my breath and do 10 push-ups. However, you don't have to do the same exact step as I did. In my opinion, you just need to hold your breath and do any kind of physical exercise. The purpose of this step is to push your body past your comfort zone and into the anxiety zone. Now you can move on to the next step, release. This is when you want to bring yourself back to the comfort zone. I also call this step a warm-up step. Just like before you go on a run or a sprint, you want to warm up with a jog first before you start your 3 to 4 hours working session. There are 3 things that I do to prepare myself. First, stare at one single point. Usually I just stare at the mouse of my computer. Second, listen to 40 Hz binaural beats and breathe slowly through my nose. These techniques are recommended by Dr. AndrewHuberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford. There are a lot of benefits relating to focus when you stare at one point and listening to 40 Hz binaural beats before your working session. I'll leave the link to the videos where Dr. AndrewHuberman explained the benefits. I highly recommend you to watch it. It's very informative. After that, you can start working and getting into flow. Last but not least, recovery. After 3 to 4 hours of working, if you find yourself unable to focus, you should have a recovery routine to start the flow cycle again. This recovery routine is recommended by the Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. What you want to do is to elevate your feet above your heart. Set an alarm for 10 to 15 minutes and then close your eyes for 10 to 15 minutes. After your 10 to 15 minutes nap, you feel energized, just like when you have your first coffee in the morning. Thank you for watching. I hope the principles and the tips will help you create your own routine to get into flow. I try to make the video as short as I can because I don't want to waste your time. So if you find this video helpful, please consider like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.